Hey everybody, we are in Spartanburg, South Carolina this weekend for another Liberty for All event with a bunch of great patriotic speakers. I can't wait to show them to you tomorrow. We got here the night before and Spartanburg's cute. Anyway, Mike and I are just waiting for dinner, and it's going to be a big action-packed day tomorrow. And in between the speakers, I guess I'm going to try to sell t-shirts for Fight Back. So come over and buy lots of t-shirts. We got to help Linwood and the Fight Back Foundation, Fight Back Law, you know what I mean. Anyway, looking forward to showing you this weekend, and thanks for watching.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So good morning, South Carolina. Good morning. I'm gonna get fired up for a minute. I'm gonna tell y'all some things that y'all are gonna be like, you probably know. But I learned a lot last year, and so I'm gonna share some of the things I learned with you, and let's just talk and be real. And I'm putting it on Facebook and YouTube, so it'll probably be taken off. That's okay, because we're gonna be together. Y'all are my people. Let me tell you how I know you're my people. I bet there's 3 things we can agree on. 1, the election was stolen. 2, Donald Trump's our president. And most importantly, Jesus is king. He's not surprised. In fact, he's so proud of us because we're awake. The left is woke. They don't know how to use correct grammar. But we're awake. I was going to Columbus, Georgia, when I was running for U.S. Senate last year, and I was praying like, Lord, what do you want me to say to these people? Give me your words. What do you want me to say? He gave me an image of a sleeping bear in hibernation. And the bear was waking up and was getting like a little aroused, and it was ferociously mad. And he said, that's the Republican Party, watch. And I went from seeing 10 people at a GOP meeting to 20 to hundreds, watched our election be hijacked, and watched the people of God and the people of America, Americans that love our country. You may live in America, but you ain't in America because you don't care about America. If you want to live in communism and socialism, you ain't an American. In fact, if that's what you want to do, you need to go somewhere else because you can't live in America. Years ago, I was getting my PhD in counseling. I've been a public school educator for 18 years, and I've dealt with sexual abuse, I've dealt with human trafficking, I've dealt with physical abuse, family violence. I taught for 2 years, and I spent 15 years as a school counselor, and I'm an administrator now. And I feel like I've done probably work that's incomparable to anything else, because you're saving children's lives. And Jesus says when we do it to the children, we do it to Him. So you're going to meet my friend later, Eliana Brooks, that is going to have an amazing testimony. And I've had one kid that probably was similar, not equal, because Eliana dealt with this for years. But I have one child that I know dealt with it for a year. And it's real. And it's been hidden from us for a very long time.
Don't wait to the end of the event to get your picture taken with you. All right, brother, get up here. Like I said, I'm sorry that this stage is so small.
Well, if you got to be here, say amen. You can be seated. Thank you so much for being at this event. This is beautiful. And I am one of the truthers. I love to tell the truth. Let me tell you the truth. It's colder than a mother-in-law's kiss in this building. I'll tell you that right now. They didn't pass out blankets in this place. Good night of mine. These lights feel good though, so I'm doing all right. So y'all cold. I'm going to warm things up a little bit. Now look, they're breaking out lunch. But if you start sniffing and staring, I'm going to preach 15 minutes longer just for you, all right? You're going to tell us the whole class. Look, I'm thinking you ought to get married by now. We've been dating long enough, right? They said, well, we have a problem with you, Pastor Locke, and with your church because you have profited through COVID. I said, no, we profited through courage is what we profited through. Because people are tired of good leadership. They're looking for somebody that'll stand up and stand out and speak up and speak out. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. My shack, your shack, and a bungalow. What do you call those boys? They were righteously angry with a wicked culture, and they pushed back, and they said, enough is enough. So they said, hey, we need to get some B-roll footage of your church. I said, show on up. We'll give you all the B-roll footage you will ever need for 30 years of broadcasting, I promise you. Just show on up. They said, you don't mind we have the cameras running? I said, oh no, we have nothing to hide. People said, why in the world would you even give CNN the time of day? Hey, let me tell you something. If the devil builds a platform, I'll use it to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ any day of the week. Any day of the week. So they were back and they said, well, we need a quote for why you so passionately and arrogantly, they called it, wouldn't close your church. And I said, well, you just want one? They said, all we want is one. They said, we'll get a lot of B-roll footage, but we just need a quote. I said, one is all you'll need. I'll probably, it's all you'll need. And they said, well, how do we know when the quote's supposed to be? I said, I'll pause for effect and let everybody in the tent know that I'm about to give CNN a quote. I said, you'll have no trouble knowing what it is, right? I was like, let's rock it out. And so I'm up there preaching a big way. And I don't have to have aliens. I'm my own favorite preacher. I'll email myself right off the front row, right? So I'm up there in a big way. I'm having time preaching about Jesus, going all after. And I stopped and I said, now, ladies and gentlemen, the cameras are here from CNN. Give them an applause. And everybody clapped for it. I said, now they want a quote of why we kept our church open. I said, so put the cameras right here on the face and let me give you a quote. I said, there'll be certain frosties in the lake of fire. You know, Pastor Greg Locke never shut down his church because a hot wild demon possessed to let the government told him to. I say, open the doors and open them wide. Let King Jesus come inside. And his very coat is still cold. He is pastored by a tyrant. He is called God said so. You better not do a little church. You're talking about a church. There's no reason to church in there for all of these brothers. Y'all better say it.
My name is HelenLee, and Tim has been helping me with my YouTube channel, HelenLee. I started following you, so I just wanted to introduce myself. My cousin from Atlanta, Chuck, over there, is your biggest fan. When I said I was going to meet you, my stock went up.
That's not Chuck.
That's Chuck's wife, my cousin.
Oh, okay.
But when I said, I mentioned your name, my stock went up like 200%.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's true. You're going on my YouTube channel right now.
Okay.
We've been lied to about the Civil War. The Civil War structure
That's right.
Yeah.
we're in
Okay.
is a civil factory.
So we're on YouTube now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, if you want the truth, you need to be watching The HelenLee.
Thank you,
That even
Barbara. Yes, I know.
I'm a poet, don't know it.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
God bless you.
I got to be able to walk around this thing, Chris. I can't stand back behind the table. Okay. I got to get close to you. Have you had a good time today? Hey, is the morning speakers awesome or what? I hope they were. I was asleep, but you say they were, so I'll just take your word for it. Just joking. Okay. Hey, just speak up. Oh, wake up. Oh, honey, I'm good. It's past noon. I'm home now. Oh, text him. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter if you text me. My phone stays on silent. You text all you want. Okay? Hey, let me tell you something. I am honored to be here in South Carolina today with some great South Carolina. How many of you are from South Carolina? Raise your hand. You're South Carolina. Wow. Okay, a lot of, and then go ahead. We don't want anyone to feel left out. If you're not from South Carolina, raise your hand. Florida. North Carolina. Ohio. North Carolina. Okay, all right. Yeah, this is like when I used to coach. Everybody's hollering stuff. I noticed there was bleachers up here. This old gymnasium looks like real old. But you know, when you're out there coaching, everybody's hollering at you. You can't really hear anything. It's just a. That's what y'all sound like on the stage right now. Hey, let me tell you. I want to tell you a little story about Tim Bonafide. And since we're in his hometown, I thought I'd just share it. And you know, I was told by another gentleman that lived here a long time that Bonafide used to be the town drunk. And you didn't know it was a true story, did you? Okay? But anyway, Bonafide had a buddy. And this buddy, one night, he was kind of Bonafide's sidekick. And he went to the local bar. And he got drunk. And he was kind of like Otis on Mayberry, you know? He just like let himself in the jail, you know? And so anyway, but here's what happened. He would do it every night. One night it was storming really bad here. I mean, unbelievable. Lightning, thunder, real scary. And he said he'd had too many drinks, so he said, I'm gonna walk home. I'm gonna just walk home. And you know how Otis is. And he started walking home. Well, he had to he took a shortcut to go through the cemetery. And he didn't know it, unbeknownst to him, they had dug a fresh grave. And it was 6 foot deep. And he's just walking along there, drunk in the rain, and, you know, and scared to death. And he fell down. He fell down in this grave. And he was really scared. I mean, can you imagine walking through a graveyard in the middle of the night in a storm? And I mean, he would jump up and he'd try to get out. Now remember, it's flooding. Okay, so the mud's real slick. All right, so he would jump and he would try to get it. And he put his hand right up on the edge, and but he would slide down. And he'd jump again. He said, "I'm gonna try as hard as I can. I'm gonna jump." And he jumps up there and he grabs it, and but his fingers would just slide down. And he did it until he was absolutely exhausted. I'm talking, he had done it about 20 to 30 times. He was absolutely exhausted, scared to death. And he decided, I'm going to lay down and just sleep it off. I'll wait till in the morning. So he got his big coat, he put it over him, he laid down. Well, that same night, his sidekick Bonafide came through. About 30 minutes later, here he comes. Pay attention, Bonafide, I'm telling your story. Back there talking to a man. Hey boy, I'm talking to you. Pay attention. I'm telling the story on you. Well anyway, so Bonafide came through. He'd had too many to drink. He fell in that same grave. And he was scared to death. Mama, come help me. He's jumping up, he's trying to grab it, he's trying with all his might, and he just slides down. Over and over and over, he'd jump, and he would slide down. And finally, he just said, you know what? Kind of like the other guy, he said, you know what? I ain't gonna never get out of here. I'm just gonna lay down and sleep it off. But then the other drunk woke up, and he looked at Bonafide and said, you might as well give up, Bonafide. You ain't never getting out of here. But he did. Some of y'all will get it later. But he did. See, why did he get out? Because the why was strong enough. See, the why was strong enough. Because he saw someone else in here, didn't recognize him, it was his buddy, his sidekick. Somebody else is in this plane with me saying, you ain't gonna never get out of here. But he did. He climbed right up on out of there. See, if you want to do something bad enough, you can do it. Or you can make excuses. We're going to get real personal today. I hope you're ready.